lovely people, my name is Sophia and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today I am renovating 701 Zenview, which is one of the two-story apartments in San Myshuno in the Fashion District, I'm pretty sure. I don't normally build in the two-story apartments just because they're kind of awkward and hard to do. They're really good for when I want to do like a loft apartment. But other than that, they're kind of tricky. But I decided to do one of these today because I always overuse the exact same Fashion District apartments over and over again. So I might as well start using a few of the different ones. But here you can see I am starting on the living room. And with this apartment, I went for a kind of like cottagecore picnic in the woods kind of vibe to it. So lots of toadstools, lots of green, plenty of plants, just because we did get the Blooming Rooms kit recently and I am obsessed with it. And I think I have one, maybe two more plantsy builds coming up soon and then I'll be done. I'll be trying to lay off the plants because I know not everyone is interested in plants, and I know especially not everyone is interested in purchasing kits. But if you were debating whether or not you should get the Blooming Rooms kit, I would highly recommend it. It's very, very good. I love the objects that came with that kit. But here you can see the living room is very, very green. I used the seasons couches paired with a Jungle Adventure side table, and I think that coffee table is from Discovery University. And I really like how this living room came out. It has to be my favorite spot in the whole apartment. And I really liked what I did there with those shutter type windows. I don't know how you describe it. Those windows on the left hand side there that came with Eco Lifestyle, and it's sort of made of a sheer material and it's got like a leafy flower print on it, and I thought it was really cute. And I thought it matched the vibe I was going for here perfectly. And I also got a chess table in the living room. I don't normally put activities per se in the living room, especially not in such a cramped living space. But I just felt like adding one here. I felt like the design on the side of the city living chess table matched the vibe. It went very well with the strange window situation, so I really liked how it came out. I love this living room. I also divided the entryway here that I'm moving on to by using those columns from, I think, possibly Get Famous, maybe Spa Day, I don't really remember, but they're very pretty, and I used it combined with a half wall to separate the space because the bottom floor of this apartment is pretty cramped, but I didn't want it to feel cramped. But I did want to close it off because I didn't feel like doing an open floor plan today, because I always do open floor plans, so I wanted to try something new. But you could just see me like tying up loose ends in the entryway there, get some plants. That ceiling light from the new kit is very pretty. I didn't use it as though it was a ceiling light there. I used it more as though it was just a hanging plant, because it kind of functions as both because it's got some leaves on it. I don't really know the names of any of the plants that came with the Blooming Rooms kit because I don't know anything about plants in real life, because I've said it before but I'll say it again, I can't keep them alive to save my life, so that's very unfortunate. But I'm onto the kitchen already. This is a very small kitchen considering the size family who lives here, and I didn't mention who lives here yet, so I might as well do that. I imagine this apartment was for one or two parents, a grandparent, I imagine it to be a grandmother, two kids, probably twins, and a toddler sim. And yeah, that's who's living here, so very small kitchen considering how many people live in here, especially the fact that I only gave them a mini fridge. But it works fully fine in The Sims because thankfully your Sims households don't need storage. But you can see I was very happy with what I did there on that little seating area in the corridor. I combined two shelves, one from Cottage Living with the watering can and one from Cats and Dogs, and I really liked how they looked combined together. I really liked the end result. But this is the small dining room. It's also part of the kitchen, I suppose, and I thought that this rug from Vintage Glamour worked perfectly because it really looked like moss or grass, because once again, Cottagecore woodsy vibes I was going for, so I thought that this rug was perfect. I use it in a few spots in this apartment, but I really, really love how it looks here in particular, and I just get lots of hanging plants surrounding this dining situation. I think I only end up having 4 chairs on the table in the end, plus the toddler high chair over to the left there, just because I didn't want the space to look cramped, and it was feeling kind of cramped when I added a 5th stool, so I didn't do that. And here I am cluttering up this bookcase, which is from City Living, which I use to divide the dining and like hallway space, because once again I didn't want to use a wall because it would make it feel too closed off. But I just used this bookcase, and I struggle with figuring out what to put on the bookcase because it doesn't really match style-wise. This is a more modern bookcase, definitely from City Living. I don't use it too often, but it's a nice item. I like the built-in books that it comes with. But it took me a little while to figure out what I wanted to put on here. It ends up just being some standard bookcase clutter, lots of plants and a few like boxes and stuff. But here I'm going to be adding some details to the kitchen, just adding a trash can and a calendar, and those bunny stickers that are from base game. I hid them behind the calendar, so it kind of looked like they were just singular bunnies on the stickers instead of the pair. And just getting some lovely laundry day herbs, or however you want to say that. I don't even know how you say it at this point. But they also have a microwave in here that I popped right onto the fridge there. And I sized down the microwave because I hate how chunky they look in The Sims 4. And it makes the animation look a little bit weird, like when the microwave glass part lights up from the inside when you use it. It's kind of glitched out, like it doesn't fit with the front of the microwave. But I didn't mind how it looked because it was fully functional and didn't bother me. If it bothers you, you can just size that microwave back up again. But good time to mention, this apartment is fully playtested, so if you want to download this, you will have absolutely no problems whatsoever. But just getting some like kid-like clutter on the island there, and we're moving on to the bottom floor bathroom. And I really like how this bathroom came out. I think it's my favorite bathroom in the apartment. And if you've been on my channel for a little while, you've probably heard me say that I don't really know how to make bathrooms look different. Within builds, all my bathrooms end up looking the same, and I really don't like that. I think it's really boring to watch, so I often only show one bathroom on camera. But I made the conscious effort to make the bathrooms look different from each other, but still cohesive. So you're gonna see, I think, 3 out of the 4 bathrooms that I did in this apartment. There's 2 en-suites, the one downstairs, and then there's a kid's bathroom upstairs. And speaking of upstairs, here we are. The floor plan up here gave me such a headache. I did not know what to do with it. It was really complicated, and looking now, I've only just noticed that I put all of the bathrooms on a line across the floor plan, which is funny, and I didn't notice I did that. But here I'm just raising up these blooming rooms curtains that are just pretty much draped ivy and putting them on these eco lifestyle windows. It deletes itself and I have to fix it later, but here I was so excited about this trick where I like sized down some of these armchairs from Cottage Living, and then I lowered them with the tool mod and put them on the stools, and they don't interfere with routing whatsoever, so it looks like these stools have really cute little toadstool cushions. I thought it was perfect for the theme of this apartment, and I was really happy that it didn't interfere with routing at all, because normally when you like merge chairs into stuff, especially armchairs, they tend to ruin the routing, but it didn't interfere with the stools at all. So I was very happy about that. But this is going to be the little office space for the apartment. It's on the landing, so I bet it's not a very peaceful place, but I once again use that grassy looking rug, and I get lots of hanging plants, lots of plants, just because I'm really obsessed with this kit. You'll notice I use that new hanging plant that we got with the Blooming Rooms kit quite a lot in this apartment, mostly because I actually wasn't a big fan of this hanging plant when the kit came out, and I know that might sound really strange because I think everyone else pretty much loves this hanging plant, but I've had to try and get used to it. I've forced myself to use it quite a lot in this build just to see if I would warm up to it, and it's grown on me, no pun intended, so I kind of like that plant now. I think I was put off by just how bulky it is, but yeah, I think it's cute, and I used it many a time in this apartment, and I like how it looks, so it's not a very bad plant after all. I still prefer the Paranormal hanging plant, even though I don't use it very often. I typically use the Nifty knitting hanging plants if I'm going to use them at all, but this one's good. I love the swatches on it. I really love all the swatches that came with this kit, but I've talked about the swatches and this kit way too much, so I should probably slow down on that, but just going to be getting a lamp here next to the bookcase, and then I think we might be going on to the master bedroom. Oh, no, we have to add some lovely paintings from Paranormal on the wall, including a sconce from Cottage Living. And now we're onto the master bedroom. It has an ensuite, as you can see, and I imagine this was the parents' room. It could be for 1 or 2 parents, it doesn't really matter. I was thinking of 1, but I typically build for families with single parents, so it would work with 2 parents because both sides of this bed are accessible. And I use that leafy wallpaper from Base Game quite a lot throughout this apartment just because I thought it matched the vibe. It's a really pretty wallpaper and I very much enjoy it. But here I'm combining 2 laundry day side tables just to look like additional storage in the bedroom. I'm not really sure. And I get some nice mirrors in this room that kind of look like they could have been thrifted or vintage. I was just really feeling that kind of vibe for this bedroom, and I went for those cherry wood colors. This cats and dogs bed and these laundry day side tables have a cherry wood color, I'd say. I don't really know the name for it, but I liked how it looked in here, and I don't normally use this wood term, so I was happy to use it here. I might have to do some build in the future using cherry wood colors because they're very pretty, but I'm kind of intimidated by how strong they are, so I don't really know how to use them in builds, but I like them here, so I might have to give it another try. But I think after I add a few pieces of clutter on top of this movie hangout dresser, that will be doing the ensuite bathroom. It's very small, it's only 5 tiles I think, but I really like this bathroom. Once again, I made a conscious effort to make all of the bathrooms look different because they all look the same in my builds, especially because I always make them 2 tiles by 3 tiles, which is boring but convenient for floor plans. But this bathroom is missing a tile from my status quo just because there's a strange little bump out in this apartment, which I don't understand, but it was a good spot to put the shower, so I just put the seasoned shower right in the corner. And I did have to scooch the door over in my playtesting because my sim couldn't get in the room thanks to the toilet, but I moved it over, no problems. Once again, playtested the apartment, so you'll have no issues getting your sims to do things. I had a few issues with bathrooms in this build, in the kids' bathroom especially. I had such a headache trying to get my sim to be able to bathe the toddler in the bathtub, but I managed to make it work in the end. But this is the grandmother's room. It could of course be for any sim. Maybe a teenager it would work for. I think it would be a good teenager's room, but I was thinking grandma, and I was very happy with how that vampire's wardrobe looked with the leaves draped behind it. I thought it was really pretty. I went for a lot of pink in this room, and I also gave the grandma a cross-stitching bucket because it seems like a very grandmotherly activity to put in a room, and it doesn't really look like a grandma's room, I'd say, apart from that wardrobe, which looks a little bit older, but I liked how it looked. I really enjoyed the pink color scheme, just because, I don't know, I feel like we have lots of swatches in game that, well, are soft pink, so it's pretty easy to go for a pink color scheme when you want to. But this is the hallway. This apartment does have a balcony, and I kind of forgot about the balcony until the end, but I really hate the lighting on the balcony. It's so gross. It looks so dark, and that really threw me off trying to decorate it, so I'm not really a fan of this unit just because of the balcony lighting. But we're already onto the kids' room here. I was imagining twins, but it could of course be for any kids similar in age. I was just imagining 2 child sims and pretty well-rounded kids, I was imagining. I think they're into sports and they're into video games. I gave them a few video game posters from City Living, and that bed swatch on the bottom is from Snowy Escape for the snow sports. And yeah, I also give them a meditation stool in here because thanks to the Spa Day refresh, child sims can now meditate. And in my current household, off camera right now, all of my child sims are doing meditation because I want them to get the emotional control traits. So I guess that was on my mind when I was building this, that children can suddenly meditate now. So I included a meditation stool in the corner, but I also give them this desk here and a journal, only one journal, because I imagine it was only one child sim that journaled, but you can easily place another one if you want both your child sims to have journals. But just getting a mirror and that meditation stool I was talking about, a plant because I didn't like how empty that spot was looking, and in my playtesting I did have to remove that school project by that Jungle Adventure mirror just because it was blocking my Sims' access to the room. But it's a easy fix if you want to buy a school project for your kids to use. They're just in the catalog, or they get them from school with Parenthood. But this is the toddler's room, and this is a very brightly colored room. Very brightly colored. I used these base game curtains in the yellow swatch, and I just really love how vibrant this room looks. I went for a more outdoorsy, nature kind of theme, exploration, something like that, and I used these shelves from base game with the bunnies and the mountains on the back, and I just love how it looks. I really enjoy this room. I used that Nifty knitting shelf sized up to look like some sort of canopy situation above the toddler's bed. I've seen lots of other people do that, so I wanted to try it here just because it came to mind. But I just get a doll's house in here, one of these small dressers from Tiny Living. I never use the swatch of the Tiny Living dresser just because it's very vibrant, and I don't normally use color schemes like that, but I thought it fit into this room. The bed and the wallpapers really just sparked the color scheme for this. I always want to say that toddler bed is from Jungle Adventure because it matches so perfectly, but it's a base game bed because I'm pretty sure toddlers were released around the time that we got Jungle Adventure, which is crazy to think. I can't actually remember how the game was before we got toddlers, just because they're such like an integral life stage that I can't believe we didn't have it from launch, if you know what I mean. But here I'm placing some like cushion looking things on that bear chair, but I did delete them because it stopped my playtesting Sims from being able to sit on the bear chair, which is unfortunate. But here I'm just getting some clutter, a few bunny related objects in this room, so maybe this toddler really likes rabbits, I'm not really sure. But I thought it was cute. I get a little gnome, Herb. I love that gnome, I use it all the time. It's from Cottage Living and it's really cute. We don't really get a lot of gnomes, which I know a lot of people are grateful for because many people really hate the gnomes in The Sims, which I understand. Most of them are pretty ugly, a little bit creepy, but I really like that gnome. That's the only gnome I've been happy to get in The Sims as of yet, and I just think that decoration is really cute. But just going to be adding like a teddy bear and some finishing touches in here, a cloud lamp, and I don't really remember what part of the apartment we're going on to next. Oh, it's the child's bathroom, right. I also matched the color scheme in this bathroom to the kids' room, so there's like blue and grey and black. I don't know why, I was just feeling like doing a themed bathroom for the kids. I don't normally do those, just because I've never seen one in real life, so I don't know how realistic it is to have your own customized bathroom for a kid, but they're cute, so I decided to build one in The Sims today. So yeah, just getting the same objects but just with little swatch changes, you know, using a base game piece of artwork and that cats and dogs painting, because you can change the frame color on quite a few of the square paintings, just particularly with this cats and dogs painting because the frame is so small. But yeah, I also get a toddler potty up here and also downstairs just because toddler, you need those for gameplay. But this is the balcony. Like I said before, I hate the lighting on this balcony. It's so dark and dreary and very boring, and no matter how many lights you add out here, it still looks like that. I don't remember if I added lights on camera, but I definitely will before I upload this to the gallery, which, by the way, this apartment will be available on the Sims 4 gallery, but it will be in 3 rooms because this is a multi-story apartment and you can only upload apartments as rooms. So there will be a room for the downstairs, a room for the upstairs, and then a room for the balcony. And I did use platforms on this balcony, but that will be removed when it's on the gallery because platforms don't really work well with apartments, at least not if you want to upload them, so you might have to add it yourself if you'd like to. But I get a few gardening things on here and another one of those grassy looking rugs and that cage decoration from Blooming Rooms, which is very pretty, and I wish we got those hanging plants separated, but I know we never would because it was a kit and we're only meant to have a certain number of items in there. But just getting some industrial loft kit, armchairs here, lots of places to sit. I also added that Don't Wake the Llama table, which is really cute. I used it the other day in my own gameplay and I kind of forgot we had the Don't Wake the Llama table, but it's a really cute family activity, so I put it here. and I'll just be getting a barbecue from Base Game and a few decorations around there, and then we'll be coming up to the screenshots. So I just want to thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. If you liked it, you could hit that like button, it would really help me out, and you can tell me what you think about it in the comments section. That would absolutely make my day, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I hope you like this apartment. Bye!